Hi, beautiful humans. I'm so excited that you're here. Welcome back to Team Call Tuesdays. It is January 5th, and I'm excited to bring in 2021 just sharing more. One of the biggest requests that I got was sharing more mindset, sharing more empowerment, sharing more just teaching things like our old team calls were. And so that's what I want to bring to you. Today, we are talking all about living life with intention. And what that really is just showing up for your life with the confidence to create growth instead of just letting the days pass you by, instead of just letting life happen to you. Before we dive in, though, I do want to take a quick look at what to know for this month. As always, we have our daily virtual gym, which you are invited to. It is open 24/7. The hot times are normally 4:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. We love seeing your beautiful face. It definitely helps me push and just keep going. Other to know, this Saturday, January 9th at 11 a.m., there is a super weekend going on. This is where Beachbody will announce all the good, juicy things they have happening in 2021. So I would definitely recommend getting your booty there. Be the Fire Bootcamp kicks off in the Happier, Healthier group on January 11th. It's a brand new day one. So no matter what's happened thus far or in the past year, you got to show up for you on that day, giving it your all. Lean in there. And I'm excited for this one because we're really kind of using the concept of the Phoenix, right? Like 2020 was a total dumpster fire, but we're going to take that fire and everything that it burnt to the ground, and we are going to freaking rise up out of it and be the best versions of ourselves. Also, mark your calendar for January 15th. It is Netflix movie night. We decided the third Friday of every single month, we're going to have a Netflix movie, and it's super fun. You just get to get on there and chit chat. If you aren't already, add my email address to your inbox because I send out monthly and weekly newsletters for our team, especially in the Happier, Healthier. Wednesday night empowerment calls are freaking amazing. I love them so much. They're 8 p.m. Central. And each week we have a different person on the team who just shares their story. Has nothing to do with coaching. And it's just them sharing their heart, sharing the things that they've gone through and what's really helped them on their health and fitness journey and their personal growth journey. The last day to sign up for a support buddy is tomorrow. And what's going to happen with that is you fill out the form. I will match you based on your answers. And it just gives you someone to lean into and get that support on the daily basis. I know that our Happier, Healthier Bootcamp is freaking fire. And if you lean in, you'll show up. But I know sometimes it's hard to lean in there. So this gives you an added extra more on top of me, on top of the bootcamp. You get someone else there who is going to be able to relate to you. And if you haven't been in the team page lately, hey girl, where you been? Welcome back. But I do want to let you know that we have tons of loyalty rewards. We have a shake a day challenge. That one's happening in Happier, Healthier. We have onboarding and the unit section in Divine Dynasty. It will walk you through everything you need to know. It has our entire Get Started Right guide, which is freaking gold. I spent so much time and it's absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. Use it to your advantage. It has tons of recipes, tons of what to know, tons of links, tons of information. And we have announced this year's Success Club rewards, Beachbody and I both have. So if that's something you're interested in starting your own business, you're interested in making a little side cash, definitely something to look at. Let's dive into today's topic, which is intentional living. Oh, goodness. This quote by John Maxwell. I'm just going to read it to you because I really want you to soak it in and let me know if this hits your guts, right? Like, an unintentional life accepts everything and does nothing. Unintentional life embraces only the things that will add to the mission of significance. I think it's so easy going through life to just let life happen to us, especially as a mom, especially as a wife, especially like wearing all these hats, carrying all these spinning plates, that we have so much responsibility. We have so much on our shoulders that it gets really exhausting. And some days you're like, I don't even know where to go. What do I do with my hands? My to-do list is so freaking long. This is overwhelming. I can't do it. And we just sit there, and instead of doing anything, we just do nothing because we have no idea where to start. Raise your hand if that's been you. Like, if you feel me, like, girl, blow up the chat. I want you to be in this chat. These calls, I want to share my heart with you, and I want you to share your heart with me. If I'm speaking to you like, Jesus, hallelujah, amen, let's hear it, because I want to make sure that I'm really teaching you things that are absolutely going to help you in your life. I am very confident in what I have to bring to the table, but it doesn't matter if I'm not able to teach you the same thing. It doesn't matter if I'm not able to give you tactical tools so that you can take action for that. So ask me questions, lean in here, let's support each other. Anyways, that was kind of a side tangent, but honestly, how many times do you let your days control you, right? Maybe you woke up late and the kids are screaming. And then you got this phone call that you had to be here. Oh crap, you forgot to pick this up from the grocery store, etc., etc., etc. And then you get to the end of your day and you're like, I didn't freaking do anything. Where did my day go? Right? That, my friend, is unintentional living. And I don't know about you, but I know on my days when I'm unintentional, it leaves me feeling overwhelmed, stressed the fuck out, not enough, just like a pile of like goop. Like literally, I feel like a pile on the, like a puddle on the floor of like just heaviness. And when you're feeling that, know that it's natural, know that it's normal, know that we've never been taught how to live with intention. We have lived an entire life being taught how to show up for other people, being taught how to just get by. I want to break that norm. I want to tell you that that's not a way you have to live, that there is another way. Intentional living is the art of making your own choices before others' choices, right? So that it means choosing you before you choose X, Y, and Z. It means choosing you before you do someone else's due diligence. And that's what I really want for you. In my 5 years of being on this journey, I have learned that if you're not taking care of you, then you're not going to be able to give the world the best version. It's going to be mediocre at best. And that's at best. So now, I know it's a new year, and I want you in the chat here to tell me if you have made any of these New Year's resolutions. These are the top 5 most common, and I'll read them out loud. 1, staying fit and healthy. 2, losing weight. 3, enjoy life to the fullest. 4, spend less, save more. 5, spend more time with family. I don't know about you. Has anyone else made any of those resolutions? Like, you want some more of that in 2021, right? Like, yes, I do. You're not alone. Obviously, these are the top 5 most common. But what I want to challenge you with is these resolutions that are great. They're awesome. They're amazing. What are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? 100%. You can hope and wish and pray all year long that you are fit and healthy. You can hope and wish and pray all year long that you spend less and you save more. You can hope and wish and pray all year long that you get to spend more time with the people you love. Are you making time for it? Are you choosing it? Or are you just letting your days go by? So I want you to ask yourself right now, what are your top 3 to 5 priorities? Every single day. Go ahead and drop them in the chat. I want to know. My priorities, of course, if you follow me or you know me at all, is definitely my marriage. It's my family. It's my faith. It's my business. Those are the things that mean the most to me. 100%. I want my calendar to be filled with those things. I want to make sure I'm taking time for those. And I think this is a point of self-reflection. We're on this call. We don't have enough time to go into it. I think it's something that you have to self-reflect for you. Don't have too many priorities, because if you have too many, guess what? You're only one person. You literally can't do that. Pick 3, maybe 5, if that's what you want to focus on. And if you're not good at setting goals and taking action, then I would say pick 1 priority, just 1. You don't have to do it all. Give yourself permission to pick 1 thing, that top priority. And then I want you to do more of what matters and less of everything else that doesn't fit in that priority, right? The next thing, and I think the most powerful thing you can do, is check your calendar. You guys just told me your priorities. You told me what you wanted more of. You raised your hand when you made that resolution, right? Now check your calendar. Is your time being spent on your priorities? If you went back to last week, and I know last week is a little bit of a fluff week because it was a holiday, right? But let's think of your last week that you had your normal routine. Would you be able to say that you're spending the time on what matters most to you? If you said your priority was to stay healthy and fit, were you doing the action? Were you scheduling it in? Were you making that time for that priority? If you said spending time with your family, having fun, making memories was a top priority to you, can I go back to your calendar and say, oh yeah, she spent time with them here, and she spent time with them here, and she spent time with them here? If you said your top priority was to save money, can I go to your checkbook and see that you haven't spent anything? Or am I going to go to your Amazon and see girlfriend buying all the things? What's your priorities? Are you showing up for them? And I want to gut check you. I want to make you double think, because guess what? If somebody doesn't shake you, you're not shaking you at the moment. You don't have to live on autopilot. You can start living on purpose. But how, right? That's the hard part. It's easy to say, oh my gosh, I want that, but I don't know how to get there. And you don't know how to get there because you've never been there. If you've been there before, then this wouldn't be an issue, right? Like if you've already been there, you'd know how to make that happen, and you don't. And I want to give you permission to not know how to make that happen. I want to challenge you to figure it out. You are smart, and you are brave, and you are intelligent, and you are strong, and you are fucking capable, but telling yourself you're not. How you have to start is you have to set your intentions. If you want it, how are you going to make it happen, right? Let's say you are the person who said you wanted to save more money. Are you deciding to save more money, or are you just continuing to swipe that card? If you're the person who said you wanted to spend more time with your family, are you putting it on your calendar? Are you making unplugged time? Are you taking those family dates? That's a choice. Even non-action is still a decision, right? Deciding to not do your workout, or putting your workout off until 8 p.m. and then maybe it gets done, or maybe you'll fall asleep on the couch, that's still a choice. You're making that decision. So when you set your intentions, it's not about making goals. It's about deciding. If you want to live on purpose, if you want to live with intention, you don't say, well, I'm going to try my hardest to do 7 workouts this week. If you're saying that, I can already tell you you're not going to do that. What you need to say is, no matter what, I'm doing 7 workouts. And then you make that choice and you get it done. You show up for it. But how can you show up for it? How can you really take control of your days? For me, honestly, it's sitting down every Sunday and making a game plan, knowing what I have coming ahead, because hope's not a strategy, yo. Like, you got to plan it. You got to figure out what's going on, because for me, with 3 kids and a husband who works really hard, my weeks are always different. Running a business from home, Head Start meetings and school things and everything in between, nothing's ever the same. As much as I would love a strict, awesome routine that always happens, it doesn't. You're going to have something that comes in. For example, the last 2 weeks were weekend after weekend of holiday, right? None of that was normal. It was my kids at home. None of that was normal. So what gives me the power is sitting down for an hour, locking myself in the bathroom, in the closet, in my bedroom, whatever I have to do, and looking at my calendar saying, okay, what do I have coming up? Where am I going to put this in, right? Like, I know Tuesday's a really busy day. How am I going to make sure that I get my workout done? How am I going to make sure that I get that time spent with my family? I just unplugged from 3 o'clock until 6:45 because time with my family was necessary. I knew Tuesday night was going to be crazy, so I scheduled that time with my family. Be the driver of your own damn bus. Quit letting your days take control. Quit letting every outside thing tell you how you're going to live your life. Freaking show up for it. Freaking own it. The path is forward, and guess what? You are driving. You are in control. You're the one who decides which way you're turning. Are you going to turn down the path you want to go, or are you going to be stuck in a circle, continuing to wish for the life that you always wanted? The third thing that I would say for tangible tips is really find the joy. And I know this might be a little ass backwards, but we want to hustle so hard. We want to break our backs. We want to prove all this stuff to everyone else. Stop. You have nothing to prove to anybody. What if you just sat back and you decided to have fun every single day? You made fun be a priority. You found the joy in doing the dishes. You found the joy in spending time with your family. You found the joy in doing your workout. You found the joy in making time, in saving money, in whatever it is. What if you start looking for the joy and you start having fun? What's going to make it fun for you? I don't know. For me, kitchen dance parties. That's why we have Alexa. We have her blaring. I don't know if you're seeing my stories, but I'm going to start something, and you can call me out if I miss a day. Mandatory kitchen dance parties. It's a thing. It's totally on my tracker. It's what gives me energy. I'm making it a necessity. I'm finding the joy. Doing dishes isn't fun for me. Cleaning the house isn't fun for me. But when we can shake our booties and we can listen to some J-Beebs, you know my mood is changing. And then you have to ask yourself, if something's not blessing you, why are you doing it? And I'm not saying if your goal is to be healthy and fit and your workouts aren't blessing you, then that's time to say, oh, peace out, Girl Scout. No, don't get it twisted. I expect you to show up for what you want to achieve. But what I'm saying is, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. If you're saying yes to someone else, for someone else, and it's literally draining your energy, it's literally bringing you down. Shout out Natalie putting in her 2 weeks and quitting her job. Say no. Say no. If it's not helping you in your mental state, in your soul, it's not worth it. It's not worth your peace for 1 second. So now, this is where I challenge you to take control of your days. I want you to get one of these 24-hour clocks, and I want you to ideally, I can send you guys a graphic, post it in the team page after this. Ideally, I want you to just kind of draw it out. What I personally do, because I need the visuals, I need the gut checks, I need to do an inventory of my current time and make a clock and say, okay, where's your time going? And this could be, instead of a 24-hour clock, you can do your calendar, like I already said. Look and say, okay, where are my times? Like, where's my day going? And look, where are you spending at work? Where are you spending with your family? What are you spending scrolling social media or watching Netflix? Do an inventory of your current hours, days, weeks, whatever that looks like. And then paint the ideal picture. What's it going to look like? If it felt good, if it was your dream day, right? What's that going to look like? How can you plan ahead for it? You have to plan ahead, like I said, because life is crazy. But you tell life to sit down and you decide to stand up and say, all right, I got this. I'm going to figure this out. Schedule in what matters and don't just set it as a goal. Make it a non-negotiable. It is a decision. You are deciding to change your life. And guess what? The only one who can do that is you. If you let things be a meh, if it happens, it happens, you're never going to make it happen. So make it a non-negotiable. Say no to things that don't bless you. And when you're feeling anxious, when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you feel the weight of the world, because remember, we're doing new things, we're trying hard things, we're getting uncomfortable. And with growth, that brings struggle. But the beauty in the struggle is you can choose to see the good. You want to get rid of that anxiety? Take freaking action. Action exits anxiety. When you take action, even if it's the most simple thing, right? Maybe your day's been crazy. You don't know where to go. Go take a freaking shower. Rinse off the bad juju and then go on with the next action step. Maybe the next action step is doing your dishes. Maybe the next action step is folding the laundry that's been sitting there for 100 years. Maybe the next action step is going to push play on your workout. I don't know what your action step is. Pick one thing, and do it. And then when you have that one thing done, take a deep breath, go pick one more thing. The only way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. Show up for it. Now, when you are very clear on what your priorities are, when you know what you value most, when your values are clear to you, making decisions become 100 times easier. Because if you know your priority is your family and work's like, hey, I need you here, you want to earn another hour's worth of work, but you had already scheduled your kids at that time, you say, nope, sorry, that's not my regularly scheduled schedule, unless you're a manager, obviously that's a little bit different. But I can't, I already have something coming up, whatever that is. And maybe, I know you're going to say, Deidre, you've never had a real job. You can't even use that as an excuse. Okay, all right. What if you are a coach and you have someone who's like, all right, I need a one-on-one. I got to talk to you. Can you meet at this time? Sorry, my hours are here and here because from 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock, that is my family time. So I will not answer messages or I will not get on the phone with you from that time to that time. Are you saying yes or no to things that are your priority? If you're choosing things over the things that you made promises to, then that's on you. You're literally telling your priorities no. Get into the habit of asking yourself, does this support the life I'm trying to create? So, for example, if you're wanting to be healthy and you're promising yourself those 7 workouts every single week, you didn't do your workout this morning. And tonight your husband's like, babe, let's go get pizza. Let's go visit your mom. Let's go do whatever it is. Go bowling, get ice cream. I don't care what it is. And you're like, oh, I didn't do my workout, but yeah, no, pizza does sound great. Ice cream is phenomenal. Let's do that. No. Girlfriend, gut check. Does going and getting pizza and ice cream support the life that you're trying to create? Because I'm pretty sure you said your priority was doing 7 workouts. So you ain't got no business getting pizza and ice cream until that workout's done. Maybe you need to tell him, sure, after I do my workout, or only if you hold me accountable to my workout when I come home. It's a non-negotiable to me because it's a promise I'm making to myself. Does this support the life I'm trying to create? And if you're choosing things that are not supporting the life you're trying to create, you are the one who's keeping yourself stuck. One of the most important things when you're living your life and you're going through your day-to-day, you really have to constantly be asking yourself this. At least I do. Maybe not everyone's like me. I don't know. But I always ask myself, how am I feeling right now? Because if it's not feeling exceptional, if it's not feeling great, I know I need to change something. And a lot of the times it's energy. It's the way that I'm thinking or taking things in. I got to get rid of it. So I ask myself, are you having fun? And if that answer is no, then what do I do? Okay, well, let's make some fun, right? I go to my joy list and I figure out what's something I can do right now that's going to help turn this feeling around, give me more energy, and bring joy to my life. You see, overwhelm and joy, they're the same energy, just directed different ways. You get to choose. You get to be the magnet, and you're either going to pull it one way or push it the other. I want you to be pulling all the joy in. I want you to feel good, and I want you to have fun. Living life with intention means saying no to things that aren't important to us. You can say no and still be a good human. And I want you to repeat that with me. You can say no and still be a good human. I promise. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to live the life you've always dreamed of. But if you keep telling yourself no, you're living other people's lives. I want you to really soak that in, because you are the creator of your future. The only one who's going to care as much about you and your goals and what's going on in your life is you. You're the only one who can change it. You're the only one who can control it. No one else cares as much. So think right now about those priorities, about your goals that you have set, about the way that your life is right now. What are some things that you need to start saying no to? And you can drop it in the comments. You can kind of just pencil it in on your little piece of paper over here. You can keep it in your heart. But I really want you to think about those things that you need to really cut out or step back from, so that you can create that better life, so that you can feel good about where you're going. This was something that I saw and I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. So I wanted to make sure that it was in here, because these 7 rules of life are absolutely amazing when it comes to being very intentional in your own life. The first one is let it go. Never ruin a bad day by thinking about a bad yesterday. How many times do we have a bad day and then we harp on it and we shame ourselves and we tell ourselves we're not enough, and then we go take it out on our kids, take it out on our husband. We go to sleep and we wake up the next day and we're still like, oh, I can't believe you freaking did that. Or I can't believe you didn't freaking do that. You told yourself you were going to do the workout and then you didn't. You're such a loser. How dare you? You should just quit. I don't know about anyone else, but I've been there. That's how I know those voices. That's not helping anyone. It's especially not helping you. You've got to let go of the past. The past is in the past and you literally cannot change it. They say, what's the saying? When you have one flat tire, you don't go and slash the other 3. Same here. When you have one bad day, you don't continue to tear the rest down. Second thing, ignore them. And I don't know who needs to tattoo this to their forehead. Don't listen to other people. This life is not theirs. This life is yours. Live a life that's empowering to you. I don't care what Susie's doing. I don't care what Tiffany's got going on. I don't care what your sister is celebrating. What about you? I don't care if your mama says you need to do that or not. I don't care if grandma gets offended. Love them all. But this is your life. They're not living your life. They've had their chance, or they have the ability to create their chance. Live a life that's empowering to you. Third, give it time. I know this growth is hard and it's messy and it's chaotic. And I know you've gone through some hard shit in your life. I'm not downplaying that. I feel you. I understand you. I acknowledge you. But know that time heals everything. And the only way through it is to go. The only way through it is to grow. Realize that it takes that time to grow, and you really have to reflect and you really have to look inside to allow the change. But if you're still stuck in what happened 2 years ago, you're never going to get to the place you want to be. If you're still stuck in that same place over and over again, refusing to let yourself get out, you're not going to. But if you could just give it some time, give yourself grace, and show up right here, right now, doing the best you can today, taking action, time will heal it. The third thing, don't compare. Seriously. I think we should know this by now, but just in case, stop comparing yourself to everyone else out there. This is not their life. This is yours. And if you're living a life trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to outdo someone else, guess what? We're all going to lose. We will all lose. The only person you should try to be is the person you were yesterday. Just do your best right now in this moment. Stop comparing yourself to the world. They don't know what you've been through. They are not you. We are all so unique individual creatures. Own you. The next, stay calm. It's totally okay if you don't have a game plan. It's totally okay if you have no idea what's to come a month from now, a week from now, a year from now. It's okay. Guess what? You're not powerful enough to screw up God's plan. Just saying. It's okay to not know what's going on. Let go of the control. Control the controllable. What can you really manage in this situation, in this moment? Because that's what you can be worrying about. Leave the rest to the higher power. Know that it takes time. Know that you have to be patient. And know that if you're showing up doing small, simple, daily things, you're going to get there. Girl, you're doing the work. Own it. Pat yourself on the back and keep fucking going. And then know that it's on you. Only you are in charge of your happiness. If you're sitting there waiting for someone else to fix it, waiting for the next group, waiting for the next team call, waiting for that next podcast, waiting for the next workout that's going to fire you up, the next program that launches because you think that one's going to be it, you're wrong. You're wrong. None of those are going to fix it. None of those are going to be the thing that changes your life. The only thing that's going to change your life is you taking action right now, today, in this moment. You're the only person who gets to drive this bus. Quit letting it run wild. Freaking sit in the seat and go. And lastly, smile. Remember the have fun thing? Life's way too short. I know we're working really hard. I know we have so much on our plate. I know that we just want it to happen, but life's short. And if you blink, if you let go, if you aren't making your priorities, it's going to go by way too fast. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that thing that I wanted to happen never happened because I didn't do anything about it, because I blinked. Enjoy the life you have while you have it. Make sure you're taking time for rest. Make sure you're taking time for fun. Make sure you're filling your cup, because if you're not taking care of you, none of this matters. None of this matters. So here are some tips and ideas, ways to bring intentionality into your life. If you want to screenshot it, you can. I can also save this in the team page if you like this specific one. But some ideas, ways, simple actions, that way you can be more intentional. Move your body for 30 minutes. Set your clothes out the night before if you want to work out. Unplug an hour before bedtime so that time's just for you. One thing I do every morning is I make my brain dump to-do list, and then I pick only 3 things that I'm worried about getting done today. Meditate. If you want to be more mindful and intentional, just sit and breathe. Get off the anxious high horse and just sit with yourself. Go for a walk. Put your phone away. Don't eat with your phone or your TV. Look at your food, right? Unsubscribe from emails you don't read, unfollow people who don't bless you or that you find yourself comparing yourself down to. Go one full day without complaining at all. That'll make you really, really aware of how much complaining you do. Send someone a thank you note or letter to let them know that you love them and that you're thinking of them. Be intentional in those friendships, those relationships. Write down 5 things that you're grateful for today. These are just, again, simple things. Nothing magical, nothing life-changing, but if you start bringing them into your life can change. And I think that's super, super powerful. All right, now I am going to open it up for questions, ideas, and takeaways because I want to hear from you. And I'm going to read the chat. So what you got for me? Man, I knocked it out of the park. I'm good.
You so did. That's the thing. You did. Yeah. Having fun. Yeah, that's something I still have to tell myself every day. Don't always make that a priority. That's for sure. I mean, yeah, like the morning dance parties are amazing, right? Like you just get all pumped up on UP and then you're like, shit, it's 3:00 in the afternoon and I want to take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm completely overwhelmed with my day. And then it's like you start letting your day control you 100%. But I love what you said about just kind of taking control and taking inventory of what you're doing and doing something that's going to make you happy and reframing that mindset, take action. Makes me feel so much more accomplished and less like I'm flailing everywhere. Yeah. And guided freaking meditations, my God, they're so good.
The Beachbody ones are really awesome. I'll be honest, I was skeptical.
I would encourage anyone who's watching this now, watching the recording, go do day 1 through 21 at least. Start there. Just commit, do the 21 days. Now, I have just kind of started going through and picking and choosing what I want now because I went through the whole 21 days, but I've considered just going through and just doing the whole thing again, just like day by day by day by day by day, because you learn so much about yourself whenever you shut the F up and be quiet and listen to their voices. And really, like, your mind's going to wander. It does. And they'll tell you that's what minds do. And it's okay. You're awake. You're doing it right. So it's the most easy thing you can do for yourself. And kitchen dance parties. I mean, we've all seen my TikToks.
I have a new Beeb song every single day. Wait for it.
Hey, you be sharing that shit because I'm terrible at picking songs.
All right. Do we have any other questions or takeaways?
The game plan on Sundays, what all do you just write down, like your schedule for the week, your to-dos, the whole 9? What do you do?
So on Sundays, I do not do any Beachbody work. I'll get up and I don't like even doing workouts. Honestly, I'll do a stretch, especially I follow the programs. Like I don't not follow the programs. So if there's a workout schedule, I'll do my workout, but I don't like to. I would much rather sleep in an hour and then come downstairs and just clear my desk. And what I do is I will look at my calendar. So my binder has my calendar on it, and I will say, okay, like, what do I have happening this week? I'll write down any necessary to do that might be out of the normal so that I don't miss it. Because remember, I do a big, huge brain dump of my to-do list, and then I only pick 3 things. So just making sure that it's there so I don't forget it, because I would forget my kids if they weren't screaming my name constantly. So I just put that to my to-do list. The next thing that I do is the only work that I do, and it is my social media insights. So I will do a review of how my social media performed for the week, and if there's anything specific that I want to be like, okay, I want to talk about this day. I want to talk about this day. Then I will kind of create my social media plan. I make my meal plan. Normally, I haven't been lately, and my grocery list, so that between Sunday and Thursday, when I have to order my groceries, if I need to add anything in, I can add it in. But I pretty much do the bulk of that on Sundays. What else do I plan? I make sure, like, if I have calls or if I have like family things, that I have those down, and I am rearranging my meeting schedules. I'm rearranging, let's say, for example, my kid would have to be, and this is obviously example because COVID, would have to be at school early for a field trip, right? Like, let's say my kid had to be at school at 6 a.m. for a field trip. I obviously can't do my morning workout then, so I need to prepare for that ahead of time. And I use this as an example because I know not everybody works out in the morning, but let's say you worked out in the evening, right? So I would say, oh crap, I have this meeting on Thursday evening. That's when I'm supposed to be working out. I need to figure out where else to put that in. I do that for my family. So I do my family plan. Date nights. I make sure date nights on the schedule. Making sure I like my unplug hours from 3 to 8 or 3 to whenever, because like today my unplug was only till 6:45. So I had to make sure that I flipped the boys' schedule where I got their supper earlier, I got their pajamas earlier. I really made sure I took that unplug time with them a little bit earlier, to make that work. So that's kind of what I do. Social media, meal plan, family schedule, work schedule. That's what I plan for my week. Hopefully that answered it.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I just, on Sundays, I sit there and I look at my calendar. I'm like, I have no idea what's coming up this week. And I kind of fly by the seat of my pants kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, because during school, Monday through Friday, my schedule doesn't change a whole lot.
Yep.
So, I mean, obviously the last 2 weeks has been kind of crazy, but that's changing again tomorrow. So,
yeah. Well, and it feels good when you have kind of like a routine down. And once you kind of get into the habit of telling your days where to go, it is like a little weird at first because you're like, I don't even know what to do. Like, what do I even do? Right. And then when you realize, like, if you sat down Sunday and just looked at each day, you wouldn't have that feeling of, oh, I just fly by the seat of my pants. No, you don't. You own this. You know your schedule. You know what's going on. Make plans for the weekend, right? Like, and I do know that some people are very last second. We have some friends who always, when they want help, they will ask the day before. And it breaks my heart because I want to help, but I'm like, dude, we literally schedule our life almost a year in advance, a month in advance. That Sunday, if you're not on my weekend calendar, you ain't happening. Like, it's not happening. It literally is not happening. Unless we have a free day and you're like, hey, just come over. And I'm like, you know what? That would be fun. Yeah. If it's not a hell yes, it's a no. And that just is what it is. If we scheduled family time, my husband is not on the same idea train as me always. So sometimes he throws the wrench in the plan and I have to learn how to roll with that. And that's really hard when I love control. But I'm trying to learn how to do things without him. It's literally on my vision board. But yeah, so hopefully that's helpful.
Okay.
All right. If there's nothing else, I will close out this call, and I appreciate you guys for being here. I will see you next week where we are going to be talking all about boundaries.